Hello Sagittarius, and welcome to your angel messages reading. And so this is for Sagittarius, sun, moon, and rising. If you don't know what your moon and rising signs are, I have a link down in the description box so you can discover that. So if you want to get a fuller picture of angel messages, or you feel you need some confirmations, or because some of the same cards are popping up for different signs, or you just maybe need something a little extra, Sagittarius. So what we have for you, just jumping right in here, we have the Emperor to start with. The Emperor is associated with Archangel Michael. So Archangel Michael is here to work with you. His name means he who is like God. He has this he's known for this light sword. He is a protector angel. He's an angel that's why I think he's on the Emperor card here, because the Emperor is like the father figure, like a good father figure, and a protector. He's somebody that can help you out with your life purpose. If you are questioning things like that, or if you need to sever some attachments, like he can come in and use his light sword to sever those attachments. It says logic and organization will increase your success. Take charge of the situation, accept a leadership role, structure and discipline. So if you are trying to accomplish something, you might want to break out a spreadsheet and put it down, create some goals, create some steps, something that will help you achieve it. If you're in a group setting, you can do that for the group and kind of set yourself apart and step up as a leader, because it's time to do that. And I'm hearing fake it till you make it. So if you're not really comfortable doing that, or maybe you've been thrown into a leadership position and you're like, oh, this isn't really me, you don't have to let anybody else know about your insecurities. You can kind of even channel Archangel Michael, like do the what would Archangel Michael do? Or what I like to really do is, when you stand up in front of a group of people, if you have to give a presentation or you have to speak and you aren't necessarily confident, like the first thing that I do is plant my feet. You just plant your feet, stand up tall, shoulders back, and at least project that image of confidence. And it's really surprising how there's neurology meaning behind it. It's not actually surprising, because your body responds to that type of cue, the standing up straight, shoulders back, and it is a leadership position. And then other people respond to it as well. It's a body language thing where they're like, oh, okay, this person's in charge. And as long as you don't contradict that yourself, then you can go on with it that way, and you start getting on a roll, and you start gaining confidence, and you start moving forward with that. And you can also see Archangel Michael is just sitting here very confidently. This number is 4. Four is a very structured number, but it's also a very stable number. So it's being very stable, Sagittarius. And then Archangel Michael is holding like the world in his hand. And it talks about like you having that power, you having that ability to create or have or discover anything and everything that you want to. Let's see what else. We've got the Knight of Fire, passionate, adventurous, self-assured, restless. A sudden event that needs immediate attention. Time is of the essence. Think things through carefully. Now, the Emperor is associated with Aries, so I feel like, it's very, fiery, and you're a fire sign, so very much both of these cards are very associated with you. Knight of Fire, it's just a quick moving energy, so you might find yourself in a leadership position pretty quickly. If you're not feeling confident in that position, just start moving forward with it. Again, like I was talking about with the standing up straight, putting your shoulders back, being confident in yourself, because the Knight of Fire is a very confident person. He may not know exactly where he's going. I think that's why the Emperor energy can really help you out with that, because you at least then set a plan behind it. And when you have a plan and you take action, like, that is a recipe for success. And next we have ego. Archangel Jophiel, a false sense of entrapment, being overly focused on material things, negative or fear-based thoughts. So it's really interesting that, first of all, it's interesting that you have two archangels here that want to work with you. Archangel Jophiel is associated with positive thinking. If you smell roses, if you see roses, that's associated with her. So that's a sign that she is around. Because rose-colored glasses. And she's just, like I said, a positive thinking angel. But it's really interesting that Michael is here as well, because the ego talks about like negative attachments. It can talk about, for instance, if you have an addiction, maybe it's addiction to cigarettes, maybe it's an addiction to caffeine, chocolate, food, something like that. It could be like even an addiction to another person, something that is really not the healthiest of attachments, but you do something to kind of fill a void. And these attachments, sometimes they seem kind of harmless, but ultimately they can be controlling of you. I was watching an interview with Jewel. It was on Joe Rogan's podcast. It was amazing if you have 3.5 hours to spend watching it. But she was talking about when she first got her record deal, that they wanted to give her, she was homeless at the time, and they wanted to give her $1 million advance, and she's passed it up. She's like, nope, because she knew that money came with an attachment. She knew that she wouldn't be able to make her music the way that she wanted to make it and to be the kind of artist that she wanted to be if she took that money. And when you are negotiating with other people, if you don't have attachments, you're a very dangerous person. Like, if you're not overly attached to material things, you're not dangerous to you necessarily, but you're dangerous to other people who are trying to control you because they don't have that leverage. Somebody who is like attached to their lifestyle or the car that they drive or the house that they live in, they can be pushed in ways, they can be like trapped in a job that they hate, but it pays the bills. So that's what we're talking about with attachments. And bigger picture, like Archangel Michael, he deals with life purpose, and he can help you cut attachments. He can help you cut those cords between you and those things, and maybe they aren't as important as you thought they were. And if you do lose them, the past 2 years, we have been losing a lot of attachments, not willingly, but because of the climate of the world and what's going on, and it's kind of been crazy. But it's been easier for people who are like, okay, that's fine, I'll let this go for now. I see the big picture, and this isn't what I need. My family is what's important, or my love is what's important. And you might want to have a discussion with yourself or Archangel Michael or Archangel Jophiel about what is really important for you, Sagittarius. What are the goals that you really want to go towards? And we've got building blocks. So this is really interesting, because what I was talking about, what is really important to you and doing that thing, because the building blocks of what we create and what we mold, and I feel like this Emperor energy and this Knight of Fire energy is going to build something. It's going somewhere. It's building this beautiful version of yourself. But the building blocks of that are your morals, your values, your thoughts, your down here, and then you can take those and mold those into the life and the person that you want to It also has kind of a failures aren't really failures. They're experiences that we can learn from and mold and do something new. And a lot of times we feel we've gone a certain direction and it hasn't really worked out or panned out, or it's not exactly what we want. That's not a failure, and you're not starting over. You're starting over from experience, and that gives you a big boost. Like, you are standing on these blocks. You're standing on the history. You're standing on what you've gone through. So that's what I have for you, Sagittarius. It really is a lovely reading, even though because I feel like you already are meeting these challenges, and I feel like this is a way for you to see it in a different way and to move past those challenges. And when you harness the energy of Archangel Michael and Archangel Jophiel, I feel like, the Knight of Fire is a knight who moves very, very quickly, very, very swiftly. And I feel like you're going to see changes, the changes that you want, because you're guiding those changes very, very quickly. So thank you so much for being here, Sagittarius. I love you, and I hope to see you in the next reading.